Hello and welcome to another video. Today we will be talking about how to manifest by changing states in just 5 steps. So today I will be explaining the exact 5-step procedure on how to manifest your desires by using states. If you have visualized successfully but this does not seem to work, it is because of your state. You see, manifesting is effortless only when you are in the right state. Any state opposing to your desire simply will not be manifested. But hey, if you enjoy this kind of content, you can leave a like, subscribe to our channel, and of course you can leave your suggestions and comments down below. But now it's time to get started. So, what is a state? A state is something your entirety represents, your whole attitude, your mood, feelings and actions. Your entire identity and beliefs and everything that defines you. If you need a bit more details about states, please pause this video and watch the video I have which is dedicated to states. Link in the description. Choosing the state. Since there are infinite states, you can move into any state you desire. Everyone is always in a state. The state of health, the state of sickness, the state of wealth, the state of poverty, etc. Creation is finite, so you can create a state, but you can choose to move into a state and occupy it. Changing a state is not an easy task, but once you acquire this ability, manifestation will become effortless. But how do you actually manifest with states? There are 5 steps which you need to consider when trying to manifest by changing states. The first step is find your desire. Now, when I say find your desire, I mean to pick a state that you desire to be in and act as if. Okay, so let's choose this example. How would I feel if I was a successful businessman? If I was a successful businessman, I would feel confident. I would feel smart and a great negotiator, good with people, etc. Now, these feelings should become yours. Assume these feelings as often as possible. Now, for the second step, you have to occupy the state. Clarify your desire by asking yourself, who do you want to be? A successful businessman? A loving partner? Just think of your burning desire and immerse your entirety into becoming what you wish. Think from your desire. How would I feel if I was happily married? Now for the third step, you have to sustain the state. This is the most important step and where the majority of people mess up, because this is not an easy task. It sure is easier to occupy a state but not linger in it. After a while, it is much easier to fall back to the victim mentality and disbelief. You need to die to your previous state and never return to it, to go to the new state where your desires live. So, you will need to die to your former beliefs and thoughts, limitations and doubt. If you manage to sustain the feelings of the new state long enough and make them a habit, then the new state will become stable. You see, people are creatures of habit. You need to go against your mentality and limited beliefs. It can be done, but you just need to make it a habit. Revision and creating imaginary scenes will help you even more to go past this step. Remember, imaginal scenes is just a means for the feeling to become real. You can tell if you abide in your house of desire by watching your thoughts, for the state in which you most constantly return constitutes your dwelling place. Neville Goddard. And now for the fourth step, watch your reactions and moods. Be careful. Watch your moods, thoughts and feelings. Watch your external reaction and inner conversations. Do not entertain negative thoughts of anything that is opposing to your desire. You have to live with a feeling, mood, attitude, etc. of becoming what you desire and believe it. Be persistent and sustain them for as long as you can. This feeling should become a habit, because wherever you dwell, that you will become. If you are reacting based on how things currently are, then you are not detaching. Yes, maybe you manage to get into a sleepy state and visualize vividly from your desire for 5 or 10 minutes, and you keep repeating the imaginal scene as often as you can. But do you think those 10 minutes will work if you spend your day in misery or feeling the absence of your desire? Well, of course not. Then this is exactly why you have to change states. And now for our last step we have detachment. And when I say detachment, I mean detachment from the current circumstances, external facts and senses of your current state. You must have the feeling of belief. And stop asking for signs. Signs follow, they do not precede. Have deep faith in the fulfillment of your desire and its realization in 3D. That was the end of our video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe. And of course, you can always try watching those two next videos. See you!